Hey, Shalom, Makiam, Shalom, Call Hello, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Dash, send double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to y'all. Came out there pushing the words of sincerity and truth. This is Brother Ariala again. And I took note of this yesterday. This came across the news wire. And it's from RT News. It says, "Who's next? Twitter permanently bans Gateway pundit founder Jim Hoft." And when you look into this, basically Jim Hoft was talking about Trump and some of the things that they felt like was evidence of fraudulent behavior with the elections, and his Twitter account was completely blocked. And these type of things that social media is pushing is just showing you this is actually a pretty big deal. More and more of these social media corporations are going to be used to censor people. And because they are private corporations, they are using the government, and the elite are utilizing these private worldwide corporations to control, because everybody's flowing through these institutions. And so it's a way for them to get around government rule, because you can't necessarily tell Twitter what to do, because they can do what they want. It's their business to say who they want on their platform or not. So they can silence a person that's getting the word out to millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people, man. So I just want to play this clip real quick.
Website, the Gateway Pundit has become the latest to fall victim to a big tech boycott. Jim Hoft has been banned by Twitter, which accused him of spreading misleading information and interfering in the electoral process. The site rose to prominence during the recent election with its claims of voter fraud. A few days ago, it posted a video from Detroit purporting to show the delivery of absentee ballots to a polling station hours after the deadline had passed, and Gateway Pundit is promising to release more such videos in the coming days. We can now actually speak with the man in question himself, Jim Hoft, editor-in-chief of the Gateway Pundit. Now, Twitter is saying that you violated its rules on manipulating or interfering in elections or other civic processes. What's your response to that?
Thank you for having me on. Yes, they banned us on Saturday. This was after we put a teaser tweet out saying we have more video coming from the TCF Center in Detroit. The footage is from election night. Back on November 4th, I can tell you that we had a source who was working inside the TCF Center the day after the election who called us and said that they heard that a van was dropping off ballots, suspect ballots, in the middle of the night.
So, if they're able to come and cut this guy's Twitter page off, how much more so are they going to be able to do that to the people, utilizing YouTube and all the brothers that's coming on here preaching the word, going to the prophecies, and they're just ramping this stuff up more and more and more of just control. And it just crossed our chat that it says, YouTube says, "Hi, GMS End of Days. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our medical misinformation policy." Medical misinformation policy. We've removed the following content from YouTube, and it was a live camp show. It was a live speaking. It was a street speaking. And so, these bots are able to listen into what we're saying live and put it into an algorithm saying, oh, the fact that they said vaccine, they said this, they said that, because there's literally billions of videos, coming into YouTube. We are not even monetized. So, it's not just people listening to every single video. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So they're utilizing algorithms to, basically filter and remove videos that speak on certain topics or comments, to where we have to code what we say. And even the algorithms are picking up coded words. So we are in that time. Amos, the 5th chapter and the 12 verses, "For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe. They turn aside the poor and negate from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time." All right? It is an evil time. And so that's what's being set up, is evil times. And even, the place where I work, the owner, she was just like, man, it's really dark out here. There's like demonic spirits are increasing. She was like, we're in the beginning of sorrows. I said, you're right. I said, we are. We are in the beginning of sorrows. And ever since Biden's gotten there, it's gotten more demonic. It's gotten more demonic. And we're in that time of them coming to persecute those who are really speaking out against the spirit of this place. All right? John 15:18 says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep also yours. So they're going to keep all of the sayings that's going on here, man. They just cut off one of our videos for that. They're going to continue to come and cut down brothers' channels, and they're going to do more and more and more regulation and censorship, specifically coming to Bible prophecy. It's going to get very specific, and they're going to say that this is conspiracy. They're already put up this one lady, this one senator lady. They took her down for being, for speaking about, I believe she was speaking on QAnon and stuff like that. But they are using her as the next scapegoat to say we got to censor all of this stuff on Twitter or Facebook. I think Facebook just came out with saying, we're going to be cutting off more and more of this speech on YouTube, okay? On Instagram, all these things are going to start to be more and more censored. Even TikTok is going to be censored. WhatsApp is being monitored. It's going to get to where you send an article and they're going to be like, well, we believe this article is misinformation. Nope, can't send that, can't forward that out. It's going to become more and more and more restricted. Verse 21 says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. All right? And so, we know that these things must needs be so. Just like we always mention Revelation chapter 12, how he shall come down in great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. But this Twitter ban here on this one pundit is a great example of how they're increasingly starting to clamp down on any type of messages, media or propaganda that they feel like can't be trusted or can't be utilized. So it's definitely another red flag to say, hey, we are in those times of the famine of the word. We're in those times where those draconian laws are going to be clamped down. Now, they are finally rolling out the vaccination stadiums, like we've been saying for over a decade, and what the apostles have been saying for several decades, which seemed ridiculous. Oh, there ain't gonna be no concentration camp and They're getting ready to roll this thing on out, man. They're piece by piece by piece, and they're gonna need people to shut the hell up. Put your mask on, shut the hell up. And so they're gonna start cutting people off more and more and more on social media. We're watching it happen right before our face. But I'm not gonna keep, belaboring this, man. I just wanted to post this. It was an interesting piece of news right here. So, please add comments or scriptures below. Call hello, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shabbat Shem Kodash. Double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Much peace, love, and salutations to you, Akim, out there. Pushing words sincerely in truth. Shalom.